Hey y'all, welcome back to another crafty video here on my channel. My name is Britt. I'm the owner, creator, crafter, journaler, whatever you want to call it, of Britt Create Stuff. So I have a new kit which released yesterday called the Garden Archivist. And usually when I do a new kit release, we also do a Monarch challenge. And whatever the challenge is, the little kit will be a freebie for you guys. It's just a way that, we can craft and make pretty things together without it costing a thing. Just, some paper and some ink to print it. Okay. I will put the links in the description for everything. If you're familiar with me and my website, it is brickcreatestuff.com. The challenges are on the Creative Lounge page. And you'll scroll down till you see the challenge board. And here you will find the newest challenge, which is a mini hinge journal. And so I thought we could go ahead and do a little tutorial for this. Okay, so in that set, the very first page, you have both of these, okay? So you could glue these back to back and make it one whole cover. But what I had planned to do was to fold these in half and glue these two pieces together. And then make that the front and the back cover. So we are going to start there. If you're hanging out with us and crafting with us, don't forget to do all the things. If you enjoy my videos and my tutorials, or my kits or anything, make sure to like, subscribe. You can hit that little icon so you get notifications when I have posted new videos, tutorials, or maybe even join me on my next YouTube Live. Alright, so to save time, so it's not an extremely long video, I went ahead and cut all of the pages out. If you are familiar with the hinge journal and how a hinge journal works, when you cut these out, you can cut those off and do it however you like. But when I was creating this, I just thought it would be handy to go ahead and have the hinges already connected. And once we get into it, it'll make sense why. Okay. And I went ahead and did most of my distressing of the pages, just because, when we're crafting and creating stuff, that it does take up quite a bit of time. Okay. Alright. So now I want to go all around, and I'm just going to trim up a little bit where I see that it needs trimmed up a little bit. And I like the kind of rounded corner look. So I have corner rounders, but with this kit, I'm not really going for like not like a professional look. So the more antique, old, and worn everything looks, that's fine with me. I think it looks better. Okay. I'm going to do this with the other one. So once you have everything put together, you can, you know, decorate your cover and your pages however you would like. So there's all kinds of little goodies that come with it to where you could use and incorporate those to decorate. Okay, I'm just going to go back over that really quick where I trimmed that up. You hear my kitty. Of course, she waits till I'm recording this video to sing the song for people, I guess. Alright, so we have our two cover pieces, and for now we can set those aside. First thing to do, and it doesn't really matter the order unless it matters to you, like whichever one you would like to be the front and foremost page in your Mini Hinge Journal. Then you could set that one aside and save that one for the very last one. But to me, I don't really have any kind of special order, no rhyme or reason. I'm just gonna put them together however it feels right. Okay, so cutting these out and everything, it can get a little bit confusing, but as long as you have 8 pieces to where the hinges are towards the bottom and 8 pieces where the hinges are towards the top, that's all that matters. Okay, some of these have, you know, directional items like text and images, so you want to make sure that those are facing the right way, otherwise they'll be upside down. So you can see how these kind of fit together. Okay, so what we're going to do is, and you could go either way, so it doesn't really matter which way you start. You just kind of want to make sure that you back up the straight portion. Okay, and then I'm going to start with the bottom two. Okay, and when they have different patterns on them, it'll be, you know, it's easier to keep track of which one's which. Okay. Go ahead and add some glue to your hinges, okay? And we're just going to fold it over. Onto the back of this one. Okay. So then you can take whatever color you're going to use for distressing, and then you can just go over where you have folded your hinges. Okay. Alright, so now these two are connected. Well, now we have 2 left over. Okay, this is where we're going to continue going and adding pages. Okay, so we have the upper 2, so we can come back in with another one. Let's do this one here. So it's going to be the same thing. Okay, just kind of line those up, fold it flat. And now we're going to glue these two and then fold them over. Okay. There we go. And there's that one. So if you've ever thought the hinge method looks kind of intimidating or confusing, and I hope this helps. So you could do this with scrap pieces of paper. You know, there's plenty of people that do it with fabric, all kinds of materials. Okay. All right. So it's looking good. So now we're going to come back and we're going to go the opposite direction. We added one on this side. So now we're going to add another one on this side. So now we have the lower. We're going to grab one with the upper hinges. And let's go with this one. Okay. So again, we're just going to line it up here at the back. And a little bit about doing the hinge is you have a little bit more leeway. So if it's not perfectly matched up, it's still okay. Okay. I know some people, you know, probably not a fan of, you know, the hinges showing on the backs of pages. And if that's the case, that's perfect. That's perfectly fine. There are plenty of ways in well, that we have in journaling and crafty that you could cover those up. So, like for instance, if I wanted to, I could glue this one here and make it into a little pocket or decorate it. So if you're not fond of those, there's plenty of ways to cover those up where it doesn't even show. Okay, so back to it. Now we have the upper right, so we're going to come back in and the lower left. Okay, same thing. Flip it over, lay it flat, and line it up best you can. Come back in with the glue. Okay. And the reason I made them a little bit longer is just so that when you continue to build them together, you have plenty of room. Okay. I keep getting it turned upside down, so. All right. So again, we're going to go back to the other side because here we have the bottom two left. So we need the upper right. Let's come in. Let's do a solid. Like this one. Okay. I'm going to line it up with the back. Add some glue. And honestly, this is a kind of fairly quick project. It took longer, you know, cutting all the pages out and distressing the edges and stuff. So it took longer doing that than it will to actually put it together. The rest just depends on how much decorations and stuff that you add to it. Okay. All right. So now we're coming in. Gonna line it up. And that's about it, guys. So, you know, you're just gonna continue to go back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth. Easy peasy, right? Okay, let's see here. All right. Wait a minute. Okay. I was like, I think one of them got turned upside down somehow, and they did. But like I said, as long as they're non-directional, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Let's add our glue. Glue, glue, glue. All right. So if you need to, you can kind of hold it and squish it down before you glue your tab. Okay. So we've got upper. Now we're going to come back in with one of the lowers. Okay. Add your glue. Now, it's looking like a mini journal. Okay. So it's looking good, looking good, looking good. All right. So we have lower two. Now we're gonna come back in. And let's do this one, then we can do the text one last. Okay, so we're gonna line it up back here, and we're gonna take the hinges and wrap it around. And it's kind of getting thick, starting to get thick, but that's okay. Okay, so now we can come back in on this side. Add some glue here. And here. Okay. See, I keep turning it upside down. Okay, left side. Now we're going to come back in with this one on this side. Okay. We've added our glue. All right, so just to test everything out, earlier I did a couple of pages just to make sure that it was going to fit together the way I wanted. So now, even though I have 2 different sets, it's okay. Because as long as you do it to where your pieces fit correctly, you could even break it up and do it into multiple little clusters. Okay. Alright, we're just going to wrap that around right on top of that other one. Okay. Alright. Ink that up real quick. Sorry about that, guys. My hubby came in to tell me goodnight, and so I paused the video and I kept going, and I thought I hit the start the play, but I didn't. So what happened in the meantime is 2 of the leftover hinges, I went ahead and just glued it to the back cover, and now we're just going to attach these to the front cover. Okay. Just trying to, and then I'm just going to hold it down for a second. It doesn't take too long for this glue to dry, but I just want to make sure that okay. Alright, guys, so here we have got our Mini Hinge Journal, and so once you have yours put together, the fun stuff begins, and you can start decorating it. I know sometimes it get kind of glue happy. Some of that stuff gets glued together, but I don't worry too much about it because part of it you can cover it up, and Makes it look old and grungy. And that's kind of the look that we've been going for with this one anyway. Okay. Like we talked about earlier though, it's a little more giving. Okay. Just want to make sure that I'll ink that up. There we go. Just wherever it's torn, I'm just gonna. Alright. So that is how you put together the mini challenge. Okay. So go forth and grab your freebie, grab your challenge, and go make things. And if you would like, you can tag me. I would love to see what you guys have created and what you have done with it. It is a challenge after all. And as usual, we like to pick 3 from the challenges and just kind of, you know, give a small creator or a junk journal maker a shout out and host them on the website for the month. So if you're interested in that, you know, just share it with us. Alright guys, I will post a picture of my completed project. And I can't wait to see what y'all do. I thank you for hanging out with me and for sticking around for another chaotic crafting tutorial. Have a good one, y'all, and I will see you wonderful crafty peeps next time.